Santo, good morning. What's going on? All good?
I'm good, Fabio. Thanks for having me. Thanks a lot for this chance to give me the chance to speak about CGI and me. Thanks.
Santo, let's start a little bit with your story. Where did you study and where did you work?
Okay, I I start from the beginning. I'm originally from a small town of Calabria, and I studied there in Reggio Calabria, where I graduated. And then after experience, my first impact on CGI was in Madrid, especially Madrid, because I did
In Spain.
it's a kind of Erasmus plus.
Uh-huh.
So it's an internship that I did with the university, and there I faced for the first time the word of CGI and archivists, because there is a difference between CGI and archivists. The word of 3D is various, we can say various different. I I can focus me like more on archivists, because
Okay.
I'm an architect. So you know I think in this. And then I'm after I got graduated in Reggio Calabria, I moved in Milan, where I I I was there like more or less 5 years. I worked there in a for a big company, and then there was the big chance in the boundary, where I was like there in more or less 2 years, for almost 2 years. And now I go back. I'm in Italy, in Lombardini 22 is a good architecture firm. It's a good reality, where I place like a senior CG artist. And there it's a big difference. In fact, I want also to speak about this. There is a difference between the world, maybe in London there are kind of renderings made in a different way, maybe more emotional. Someone is more real estate, luxury. So there is a very a word on this, and I like. I'm so excited. I like this position now, and talk about a lot of things.
It's good because a lot of people, they want to go away from Italy because
Yeah,
the jobs they don't pay as much as they do, say, abroad. But now we start
I
to see a
agree.
lot of new realities happening also in
Yeah,
Italy, where the companies start to understand the value that some professionals can bring. And so,
yes,
it's nice to see that even in Italy, where by reputation is a place where people struggle, there is not a lot of money, but now we see
yes,
all these new realities coming up, and it's good because, like, I know it myself as an Italian, it was very hard to go away,
for
and
sure, Fabio.
now
Yes,
you have a chance to go back and to live a
yeah,
life.
I totally agree. This is an aspect that I want also to speak with you, because it's one of the main things that I take care. Because as you said, it's not easy. For example, in the south, there is a very big difference. South Italy, and North Italy, there are much opportunity. So that's why I moved. But also can imagine Italy and London and the world. I think every one of us, if you have the chance, is good to move, because you need to have that experience. Okay. If also I want to make more focus on this and explain how was my impact in London, but I will do this after. And I link on this what you said, that it's right. I want to also to go back in Italy, because yeah, my reason was also my wife, my family, okay, because I got married and then I moved to London, because
That's
I didn't
hard.
want to miss the chance at the same time, but also I have to take care of my family,
Of
okay.
course, of course.
But the main thing is because I take care of my place, okay, that is Italy, and I want to bring my know-how in Italy. Now there are it's growing, so there are many studios compared to the beginning, and it's not is the formula comparing to London, that is maybe the main core of CGI. But I think from now, till now, like 5 years, there will be much
Yeah.
opportunities. And I want to say also to all the people that maybe are listening and will see the videos that for sure in Italy is is coming. So there will be opportunities.
That's
But
that's uh, that's beautiful, and I think it's also very optimistic. And I'm thankful for the
yeah,
fact that you're saying this because like
yeah,
sometimes you think about it and it's like, oh my God, Italy, it's hopeless. And when you speak to people, they always tell you, but why would you come to London? Italy's beautiful,
yeah, good
the
food,
sea, the
good.
food.
It's sunny. Yeah, wow. Look, I know, but there are side and side, pro and con. So I think at the same time I love Milan. To be honest, I love Milan. I love because it's maybe the most European city in Italy, and also at the same time give me the chance to grow in the beginning, and then give me the chance then to move to London.
Mhm.
So I'm thankful for this. And I think, Fabio, there is a big community, you know better than me for sure, that there are a lot of Italian artists very talented. So I think we can also put our know-how in Italy and then maybe
Oh
create. But
yeah,
I think
I
there is the
I
Madi for an
I
example is this.
I know for sure.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But we can push more, I think, and that's that I want to do
Santo,
with
let
this.
me ask you something because I
Yeah,
know that a big part of your work right now has to do with AI, and this is
yeah,
a topic that like it seems like it's still very important, and people get very apprehensive when it comes to AI. You
exactly.
have your own experience. Can you tell me a little bit how you use it and how this is helping you in your day to day?
Yes. Fabio, I have to be honest with you. In the beginning, I was, against because my school is full CGI. So, when you do a composition, you said, this is made by me totally. But at the same time, I had to say that it's an help. It's an help. And also, if you don't do this, you maybe will be the last on this. And then you lose this step, from analogic to digital. And I think the AI is a step, is a thing that we have to take care. If not, it's an improvement. For example, I use I don't know if I can sponsor, but I can
Yeah,
say,
that's
for
fine.
example,
You can talk
okay,
about
it's fine,
anything.
okay, okay. I use, for example, Stable Diffusion for people, and it's impressive. Also, same time I use
Hmm.
Magnific AI that is very good. I said in terms of greenery, you is improved very very in a good way the greenery, but there is maybe a gap to improve in terms of depth of field because you ruin the depth of field. So what I do is maybe sometimes masking this. So you use masking on Photoshop, and then you try to be accurate on this. There are many tools. What I say is, for example, maybe can damage a bit our field. For example, there is a tool that is called Prom AI that from an override, a chalk view, it gave the chance to have like a concept. So in a click, in very less than 1 minute, you have more than one step than one day work. But you have to be. It's just like a concept. So if you think like this in Mid Journey, they give it like the opportunity to be a concept that like a sketch that you can show to the clients, but in a executive way, and like in a final way. I think Max is always the final solution because at the moment, I can say no one of these many tools is very very accurate till the end as Max. So I think that we need to integrate. The formula that I say is integrate all this because it's like a kind of step. You start with the image, focal length, photography, and then take care of the composition, color. And so maybe it's like the camera raw. okay, in Photoshop. And this another step that you can do with magnific, stable, and at the end to improve and elevate your image. There are people, for example, me, I used to the work that Magnific do. I used to do, for example, with the texturing in Photoshop, the channel, because improve the texture, and then you know masking, and you can manage as you prefer. But I think we have to take an eye on this, and we have to ride the wave on this, because I don't know if it's the future, but it's part of the future. So I agree with the eye, and I have to say that I was in error. I can say in error, mistake in the beginning, because I was against this. But we have to face the reality, and it's a good tool. It's a tool.
Look,
I think.
I think that people, what they do every time that there is a little bit of change, inevitably we feel threatened because our
Yeah,
knowledge is,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
about to be questioned. And so you're like, oh, no, 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 we do things this way. Now this tool is coming. This is not good. But then when you learn more about it, you start to see, you know, that there are potentials. And I think also the problem is that we live in a time in our society where every type of news that you are given and that you are supposed to digest needs to be spectacular. And so
Yeah,
fear is a very good way to make people look at stuff, right? And so if a new tool comes out, the easiest way to make people pay attention is to say, oh, this is going to take your job, this is going to ruin everything, this is going to do this and that. And so people get afraid. And so when
yeah.
you're afraid, the first thing that you do is flight, right? You run away because you're like, no, 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 I don't want to do it. I was recently at the Brick Masterclass,
Yeah, I
and
saw. I follow you, so I know. I
and
know.
I saw how they are using AI there, and it makes
Yeah.
sense. And
It makes sense, Fabio. I agree, totally agree. It makes sense, and it's part of the tool. It's part of the process, and we have to take part. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
you know, to me, the funny thing is that even though we do have these tools, even within the masterclass, you could tell that we were a little bit struggling because, you know, all the people that do take these courses because they want to improve their skills,
yeah,
but those skills, the understanding of an image, color composition, sorry, color theory, composition, all those things, they come with training. And so you can have all the tools in this world, you know.
exactly, exactly what I said to all my colleagues. We know because we are part of this field, the part of CGI, so we know how to manage. And at the end, I think is your sensitivity to the image that make the difference. So maybe my mother can use like Mid Journey, put some prompt and key, but for the client, for the customer, you know much better than the others how to move and then how to reach the goal.
Yeah.
So I think I totally agree. What you said right in the beginning when you said we are like treating, we are like concerning a bit, because when there is something new, it's part of the human being, it's you said, oh, what is this? Maybe it could be good or not. But it's part of the process. And as you said, now in Brick, now in our studio, we are studying on this. And I said, I totally agree, Fabio. I totally agree. I think that it can be improved, and maybe in next year will be very, very much better. And then, okay. But it's at the same time part of the formula, part of our process. So maybe now the process is this, and then will change in the future. And
Oh, for
so
sure.
you have to say, okay, the last part is the AI, and maybe I will render 2K because there is the upscaling. So okay, so it's part of this. Yeah, yeah. Also,
Santo.
if
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
just
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go.
if you think in the beginning there was like a comparison, is this a photo or a render. Now it's like, is this a render or is AI?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's part of the groaning. And also, for example, there are some tools like floor generator that help you, like instead to do manually, So this is like a click that can help you to jump some steps. It's this. It's like a lot. It's like cinematic lot. A lot of things, Fabio. I think it's an help to us. We have to see this like an help and not something that is against us. It's this.
I'm totally with you. But let me take a couple of steps back, and I
Yeah,
wanna ask you about your personal experience with
yeah.
Milano, moving back from London. Uh, as an Italian, what would you say are the main differences between living in London and living in Milan?
Okay, okay. Yeah, there are many differences, Fabio.
The food.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to, I say food, but I don't want to be funny. I want to be, realistic and said that London give me a lot. When I came in London in the beginning, I was in. I want to say this because it's like a personal experience, and I want to share with the people. I was there in the Shadow of Renzo Piano having a cocktail, and then I realized how the world big is, and I said, "Wow." Some there are some movies that inspire you, and then you arrive there in London, such a big city, people, big community. There are good side and bad side. I think what is a good side, for example, is the internationality, and I found this in the boundary. There are people from Chile to New Zealand, from LA to Hong Kong, and it's good to share also your traditional, your way, speak with the other, sharing ideas, and many knowledge that each person, people can give to you. And what is the main difference? The opportunity of job, and also we have to be inspired to them the easy way they do something. For example, we are to take care too much, for example, of a rubbish thing. They were like very straight and go to the goal.
Yeah.
I think is this. And also, for example, I want to say this: the 3D London for me was like a news, and was the first time that I met you there, and I like the easy way where people can have the chance to get tired or riled with a beer in the end. And in fact, this is a thing that I want to introduce in Milan. Maybe I can have your blessing in, I don't
If
know.
you wanna do it, you have all our support
Yeah,
because
man.
I
Yeah,
can tell
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah, Fabio. Because I want to take care of, I want to bring all the know-how that I had in these 2 years and move to Italy because we need we need people that take care of this field like you, and it's good. So the main difference, opportunities, people, and also. Yes, I have to be honest. There in England, in the boundary, for example, people, it's kind of meritocracy. People grow from because you deserve this,
yeah.
and sometimes in Italy it's not easy to find this. Okay, so we need to learn in a human aspect, but at the same time we are like sunny people. We like to stay sociable. We like to stay among the other. So yes, I can say this. London is good. I want to go back in London to say hello to my colleagues. In fact, in the end of May, I will go there, pass to the office, having a beer, and so give the chance. London, I think London in the world, because maybe it's in the center, 5 airports, give the chance to face the world.
Mhm.
Because after that, you can go everywhere,
Yeah.
from Miami to Dubai. You know
It's
better than
true.
me.
It's true. I can tell you one thing. We tried in the past to organize something in Italy
Yeah,
under the brand of the D2. and you have no idea how difficult it is
I know.
to, the bureaucracy, all the regulations,
Exactly.
money, how do you pay, who invoices. You need to have, like, you have to make declarations for the taxes and this and that. And so
Exactly, Fabio.
it is very difficult for people to say, look, we're gonna do something, uh, unless it makes a lot of money. You cannot have this kind of, like, initiatives where it's designed, for the people, for the community, because it's just too much politically, in terms of policies and politics, to make anything happen, to collaborate. And so, this is something that I've also said in the past. I had clients from Italy with which I worked,
Yeah.
and I told them, I said, I have the utmost respect for you because of all the, like, we already have enough problems dealing with clients. And then the government, the tax people, they don't help. I
They don't
remember.
help. They don't
I,
help,
I
for
I
sure.
I remember in London, like, in my very early days when I wanted to start a business,
Yeah.
and I started to talk, to the tax people, and they were like, "Yeah, just start, and then when you have to pay taxes, give us a call, and we'll make a calculation." I'm like, "Okay," you know.
What? Yeah. Yes. It's easier. It's easier. Yeah. Yes, Fabio, it's fact. I totally agree. It's difficult. That's why a lot of people, a lot of enterprise and society move abroad, and yeah. But at the same time, I think our country deserve to don't go away, and that's it. That's it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
tell me
But
tell me a little bit, because people do get curious. Tell me a little bit about your day to day. Like, describe me your day since the morning that you go to work until the evening. I'm curious to know how you spend your 8, 9,
in
10
London
hours
or now? In
now
London or
in Milan. Now in Milan.
now in Milan? Okay, now I live like in suburban Milan. It's like 1 hour with transport. If there's no traffic, it's like half an hour. Sometimes I move by car, but I'm confident with the transport because they work good. And I got up like 7. Okay, so I have like breakfast, easy way, and then go straight to the work. I'm kind of like a freelancer, so there is no like 9. It's like 9, very flexible, 9 to 10. I go there, and then with my colleague we talk about, for example, the project. On Monday we have like it's the planning of all the week, and so there is this job is for Santo, this other job is for Dario. Okay, so we plan all the week, and okay, and then we start. We have like a break that is like 1 hour. Okay, and then we close at 6. We don't have the pub beer, but we have the spritz in Milan. So we have the spritz, and now it's getting better, Fabio, because here now was before it was raining every day. People said, "Oh, Santo, you came from London," but in London is not so bad, Fabio. Sometimes okay, it's like drizzling, raining, but sometimes also it's very very beautiful, sunny. It looks like fake, very very beautiful, and now it's getting better with the spring. So yesterday, that was Friday, we have like a cup of wine, stay together. So what I say, yes, in terms of work, what your question is,
So you
the
start talking,
process.
you start
No,
talking with your colleagues, and then you discuss the project, and then I
yeah,
guess you
discuss
have
the
to start.
project. There are many projects, Fabio. There is very different. So there are competition, there are real estate, there are like a project, because, for example, in our field, in our office, there are commitment that are inside. Okay, the office, and there are commitment that are outside. So you have to know, how to manage the different customer and clients. There is, like, for example, one that you have to take care care a more photorealism detail, another that want to be more emotional. For example, the competition, okay, if you are good to be photorealistic in a competition is very good, but in a competition you have to rush, and in a competition is the first impact that hit you. So maybe the sky is could be a color, enhance a color, and also the storytelling. I have to say honest, in the beginning in my previous company, it was like just real estate. So was the living room, the bathroom, the master bedroom, in a very good resolution. But in the boundary, I face another kind of rendering that improve also my skill, and it's like the competition, like. Saudi, a lot of Saudi works, and the commitment take care a lot of the storytelling. For example, I had a lot of markups, the greenery, the building, and the storytelling. For example, why this woman is looking there and not to him, but it's part of the story behind the image, because we are artists, Fabio. We are not just doing do, and that's it. We are artists,
That's a
right?
very Italian way to explain this.
Yeah, I know, Fabio. Maybe my English is getting very rusty, but I can explain. I know. Yeah.
It's okay. You don't practice it. I can tell you, like,
Yes.
I'm forgetting also a little bit of my German now that I'm learning Polish, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yes.
hold it against you. And tell
Yes.
me, usually around what time do you get lunch?
It's like 12 and a half or 1 till 2. We have a big a big group colleague, like to stay together, so sometimes we go, because the office is close to Navigli, Porta
Aha,
Genova,
okay.
so there are a lot of shops, coffee shops there, restaurants. Is very good now.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, if you want to come, I offer to you a lunch, no problem, it's my pleasure. And
That's also,
you go.
let me clarify. This is a very Italian way of saying, because like
Yeah.
people might think that I don't want to come to you because I don't want to pay for food.
No, no. And yes, it's like 12 and a half till 2, and then we go stay together. Or sometimes we eat there in the kitchen, like homemade the, the day before, something. And we have a coffee, we stay a bit, talk about also about the project, what we have to do, or about other stories about ourselves, because it's kind of team building, Fabio,
Mhm.
also because it's important to be team.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Basically, do you have a chance through work to make friends? Do you have people that you hang out with, that you go out with and do stuff together?
Yes, yes. Now I started just now, like in February, so are 2 months. But yeah, yeah, it's a good way to make network. Is you have chance to have a beer outside for sure. I there is like something, you are the employee and then go home. You have also to know for that who is in front of you, but at the same time we are mature now,
Yeah.
so I like to be and stay, speak about myself, speak about my experience, know the other experience, have advice, because our strength is made by the group, I
Yeah,
think.
the the
When
inside
you are
community.
alone,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, you are good, but you cannot grow.
Yeah, I know. This is a recurring issue with a lot of freelancers, and sometimes
Exactly.
you just have to accept that you need the support of a group in order to
Yeah.
evolve and to move forward. And usually,
Fabio, I want to say just a
yes,
little things
sure, sure,
because I
sure.
remember on this. I the, after the boundary had much opportunity also to work like as freelancer in smart working straight from London, but I wanted also to be part of the group. I like the smart working. For example, one day a week, 2 days a week. If you have to do something, if you have to go to your mother, maybe I have to go to Calabria. Okay, I have to stay 1 week. it's a kind of comfort, okay? Because after COVID, we discover this part and it's so good. But at the same time, I like to be there,
Yeah, of
speak,
course.
have a coffee. It's part of myself. So yes, as I said before, the team is a thing. As a freelancer, you need always someone to speak. You need always someone to speak about CGI because it's part of the process. It's part of ourselves. Yeah.
How do you guys organize projects inside the company? How long does it take for you to produce an image? Let's just focus on images because, like videos and maybe anything interactive, it might be structured a little bit differently.
There are different projects. I think process is I think also the other office other studios used to do this. In the beginning you do like the override short white shots. For example, the client asked for this and you propose this shot, and at the same time you give the different option to the client because you have the eye photographer, you are the artist, so you can say, okay, this is the one that you said, but there are other
Yeah.
that I think there are better. Okay, after that there is a choice. Okay, we go on this, and then texturing on this, and then the final that could be a rework. But if you go step by step, it's you avoid maybe some markups, you avoid some rework, and this is the mistake of many companies, maybe also in Italy, that they go straight from the view that the commitment want, and then this is the view that I did, and they say, oh, okay, but this is not the concept that I want, this is not the palette that I want, this is not the composition. So there is also in the process there is kind of mood board that this is maybe could match in kind of furniture finishes. So you have to stay step by step and like to engage, accompany the clients till the end. So it's easier for us and it's better for them because we don't waste time. Yeah,
And
yeah.
let me ask you something else. Like, do you feel that in this company you'll have a chance to grow? Do you think that there will be a chance for you to evolve and also like gain more control over maybe your team? You think you could become a project manager? Do you think that this company will allow you over time to move forward?
Yeah, this company give the chance, of course, to speak straightly to the client.
Hmm.
Okay, so as an artist, who better than us know how to do the image? There are some company, for example, there is the project manager that speak in your behavior, but at the same time, the project manager doesn't. There are some project manager because there are some project managers that knows and other that knows, but uh, where I am now, there is maybe the project manager, and that's me or the other colleagues. Because if there is oh, I don't like there, how to say better than the other. So yes, it's kind of project manager. You know how to manage the client, and for this I want to say thanks to the Boundary because I got inspiration from them. And yes, you can grow, Fabio. You can grow. Also, I'm working there, but it's kind of, I don't know how to say in English, it's kind of partita IVA. So I can be as
Uh-huh.
freelancer on myself.
So yeah,
Okay.
you basically what it means is that whatever you earn, you have to deal with the taxes yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
basically a
yeah, yeah.
full freelance. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of contract, but at the same time, I work for my company.
mhm.
It's like a contract for them that is now 1 year, and then
This is anyway a reality that is more or less everywhere in Europe. Like it's I think it's long gone this idea that you can work for a company that gives you what we call in Italian il posto fisso, so basically
yes,
the job
yeah,
without
yeah, yeah.
end.
Yes, Fabio, il posto fisso. I have my mother that is a teacher and always push me, Santo. do this. Maybe in the future you don't know what happened, but that is the post office, okay? But Fabio, I like this job, and I'm really, I want to say yes, I'm lucky, but at the same time I gave a lot to arrive where I am now. And I left my land, I left my families, and as you, but at the same time, you know uh, it's good. It's good how is the position now. And I also could choice maybe to be like employee or as a freelancer, but I like this formula because now that you have many contacts, your networks, it's good to work maybe for you, or maybe in the future I want to have a client in Miami and then move to there. It's part of the process, part of your grown, start, and then so I like in this way. I find good with this architecture firm. Maybe in the future I want to expand my, maybe with a site, with my, in the future
By
we'll
yourself.
see.
Yeah. Don't
Exactly,
worry.
by my,
Like my dad does the same. He always tells me how I should get a job, a real job. Like where I'm
yes,
basically an employee of the government because these are the only jobs in Italy.
yeah,
But I always tell people like this is a decision that you have to make for yourself. We are lucky because I know that my dad doesn't like his job, but he says, at the end of the month I get paid, and that's the most important thing. We
yeah,
do
Fabio,
we do have the luxury to do something that we love, and I think as long as you can do it and you can fight and you have the strength, you should still do it, and
yes,
because
Fabio,
otherwise you're going to look backward one day and regret that you didn't do it.
exactly.
I know it myself because there are things that I look back and I regret, and so like if we do have the
Fabio,
strength,
Fabio, life is one. Life
yeah.
is one. If you have the chance to live your life as you wish, you made the goal. And that's it. So yes, we are lucky. At the same time, I think nothing is sure. Nothing is sure. So maybe now we are talking about CGI, AI. The world is changing, or maybe the world. You don't know. So what I learned, because also I have my personal experience, is live the day by day. Is this
Yeah,
so
it's
at
the
the
only thing
moment
that you
I
can do. Uh,
exactly.
it really is the only thing that you can do.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm really proud of myself. I liked what I did. I like my journey. What I want to say also to the other is, in the move from the comfort zone to the other. This was really Fabio. Also, leaving your colleagues. I was like 5 years, but at the same time, Fabio, it's part of our job. I think it's part of our job. We need to make experience. We need to know what is in the other side of the world. So yes, when you live, when you do this, it's good, Fabio. Yeah, for sure.
Santo, believe it or not, we've been going for more than 40 minutes already. I try to keep these conversations very short. Uh,
Yeah,
I want to thank you for taking the time because it's a Saturday morning. People will watch this
yeah,
sometimes in the future. I want to
yeah.
thank you for taking the time on a Saturday morning to talk to me.
Thanks,
This was very inspirational, and I'm very proud of you for doing this. I'm gonna
thanks.
stop the recording. Don't go anywhere so that I can say goodbye one more time. But thank you
Yeah,
so much for talking to me. Thanks everybody for watching from home. Uh, I wish you
yes.
a fantastic day.
Fabio, what I want to say, what I said just in beginning, thanks for you to give me the chance to, because for me, it's kind of a dream. Um, because sometimes you think, go move in Milan, oh, Milan, and then London. And when you reach the goal, you didn't realize this. For example, I never expected that, for example, like 3, 4 years ago, I had a conversation with you. So, Fabio, Thanks a lot, and
Thank
stay
you,
in
man.
touch for sure. And if I will do something here in Italy, I want to engage you.
Oh, you have my blessing.
And
I'll help you as
when
much
you
as I can.
want in Milan or in Calabria, let me know, and that's it.
Maybe I'll
Okay?
come and see you in Milan, okay?
Yeah, yeah, for
Santo,
sure.
don't go anywhere. I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks everybody for watching. Have an amazing one.